He's back off to Auckland, having enjoyed his time up here. Right, we're off. Right, goodbye home for a while. Keep safe. We have a strong incoming tide, so we're going to sneak up and use Snake Bank to lessen some of the tidal flow. Coming out of the back eddy, so watch our speed drop. It's currently 5.5 and we're now down to 4.6 to 4.7. Nicky is certainly getting loaded. I think I need a plan B for these. So they hold the bar for the lacing. Well, hopefully that's it. I've shifted that one forwards and that one forwards. The others still seem to be holding. Now the plan is, although no plan survives first encounter with the enemy, or maybe the weather, it's theoretically blowing southerly for the next few days, so I think we'll head up the coast. Currently anchored on the west side of NorthPort, and tomorrow we'll have the tide with us out of the harbour and head up the coast, or at least in theory. Oh, just been for a refreshing swim because it's damn hot. We have some light rain around. It's cooled down, so it's a bit more pleasant. Little Nicky is busy putting lashings over the stack at the bow. Still got a few more logs to go further aft. It's 6:30 and we have rain. Well needed. It's been pretty dry recently. It's set in a wee bit more steadily. I'm sure it won't last too long. bit of a grey morning. It's blowing about 12 knots here. We're still getting some rain at the moment, so not a bad idea to have breakfast before we go.
And she's round Garrow.
Taking the opportunity of watching a replay of the finish of the Sydney Hobart where Blackjack has won.
You can see the wake coming off the stern there. It's
mast that they're inching their way past now is brand new. It's not been tested in race conditions until they hit the start for the Sydney Hobart.
That's right. They broke the mast in the Brisbane Gladstone race in tough southeasterly conditions at Easter time. And with COVID and various issues, it took them a long while to get the replacement. The boat had to come to Sydney to get the new mast in. They'd hoped to race the preliminary Cabbage Tree Island race, which was a precursor to the Hobart, but the mast had just got in the boat, and then the COVID hit, so they couldn't do that race or the Maxi series out of Sydney, out of the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia. So they had to do a 200-mile qualifier that every boat has got to do, and so they were a bit rushed.
So Matthew was involved in the mast. It's apparently got a new way of doing the spreaders, so they obviously have stood up to the testing conditions at the start of the race. The rain stopped, let's make a start. It's a bit rough on this wind over tide. Rather than tacking, I've just passed inside the Frenchman. That was a bit rough. Outgoing tide, incoming sou'wester. We're through that, so we're passing along towards towards Bream Head. But I've got my life jacket on. Personal EPIRB, and even got the crutch straps on. I almost forgot 2 safety harnesses also. So if I have to go forward, I clip this onto that black braid there, and that goes right up around the mast back to the other quarter. And if I need to go further forwards, then I have another safety line to attach before I let go, the one on the braid. Well, I've done a successful jibe around Bream Head. Probably get some gusts a bit further down. That's Ocean Beach over there. There's the Chicken Islands, and then Hen Island. Oh, we're doing 8 to 9 knots, I suppose. I'll get back to 9. There we go. I've just set a waypoint off Tutukaka, and we're heading to it in an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on whether we're surfing down a wave or not. currently in the lee of Bream Head. And there's Mount Manaia from the other side. It's certainly a bit more pleasant now we've got round Bream Head, and we no longer have the fetch and the wind acceleration coming out of Bream Bay. It's been a bit variable under Bream Head. We're about to get another system of gusts, but we're making good progress. There's the cat that started with us. I think they finally turned their engines off after Bream Head, so we're catching up. This is Taiharuru Head, McGregor's Bay. The sun's out. Lovely. Over there's the Pornite Islands. We've got 10 amps coming in from solar at the moment. So between the autopilot, the fridge and the freezer, it's drawing a little bit. We're not doing too bad. We've got probably about a tonne of excess weight on board, including 500 litres of water and 400 litres of diesel. This is Tutukaka up ahead. We've just changed our track, so I'm now heading towards Whangarei Bay. It's fairly hard work to the autopilot at the moment with this southeasterly swell plus the chop coming out of Whangarei Bay. And there are the three gables of Tutukaka, from left to right, south gable, middle gable and north gable. There is Matapori, and down there Whangarei. The main danger along here is Elizabeth Reef. The course change, I think we'll go inside Mimiwhangata Island and we're heading for Mimiwhangata, which is there. So we're aiming for the gap. We're currently doing a close reach off Maurice's Bay and getting closer to the passage inside Mimiwhangata Island. I have my pronunciation wrong. It's Whangarei Island, and there's certainly a good gap in there. Just got to watch out for a number of rocks.
Advisory Alpha 35 for the area from Bream Head to Cape Colville. Southwest 25 knots, gusting 35 knots, but 30 knots, gusting 40 knots about Colville Channel. Strong wind advisory Alpha 35 for the Waitemata Harbour.
I'm tossing up about stopping at the beach through the winch handle there. We'll keep going a bit, we'll get a bit more shelter. We're anchored in the bay at the end of the Mimiwhangata Peninsula on the east side. Nice beach. Bit of a roll coming in from the strong southwester out there. There'll be fall off as the wind goes down tonight. Well, I was on my own. Here come the wasps. Some people have walked over from the dock car park at Mimiwhangata